Hi guys, so this is day two of the topic probability. And today I'm just going to be giving the lesson differently because I wanted to have the handout printed for me and I wanted to write on it, especially for these tables, to have them ready and to tell you where I am inserting the all the data, all the stuff I'm writing on the mini whiteboard. So this time I'm going to be going about explaining today's lesson this way. And I feel confident about it because this is again another revision lesson of what you've already done in year 7 and year 8. Probability spaces, you did them in year 8. So it's literally a recap of what you've already done. So if we just have to go through these pages, we have 3 pages to do. Page 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to be doing some of them for you, with you, well, really for you. And then you're going to start your homework. You have, I think, I don't know. Anyway, I think it's quite a bit of homework, but anyway, you need to practice this, guys. So, all right, so let's get started. So, what are probability spaces? Sorry. I'm still getting the hang of it. So what are probability spaces and what do we mean by why should we even create probability spaces? And basically we create probability spaces like it's written over here so that we are able to visualize the information in a more structured manner. And also we create it because we have 2 events. So we have to show the possible combination of 2 events. So let's have a look at the first example. So the first example is 2 fair-sided dice. So when we say fair-sided dice, all right, fair-sided means from numbers 1 to 6. So we've got the die and it's numbered from 1 to 6 and it's fair, that's why. They're thrown together and the results are noted. Construct a probability space table to show all the possible outcomes. So possible outcomes, probability space. So we've got dice 1 in the horizontal and dice 2 in my vertical. And so dice 1, I've got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And dice 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because they are both the same and they're fair-sided. And for me to display all the possible outcomes, so when dice 1 in this particular box, you've got 1 and 1. In this particular box, you've got 1 from dice 2 and 2 from dice 1. It doesn't really matter which one you do first, but try to keep the same order. So if I'm starting always from dice 2, then over here, 3, 2. It's as if like we're doing the x and y coordinates in a way. So if I have to start filling in, and let me, I think I have to do insert text box. I've got the color, that's sorted. So if I have to start filling in over here, what do you think? So if I look at it from the point of view of a row, I've got it in the row of 1. So bracket 1, comma, but in the column of 5. And we keep on going, girls. So the row of 1, the column of 6, the row of 2, the column of 3. If you know what you have to do, just do it, girls. Comma, our bracket, the row of 2, the bracket of the column of 5. And some of you, maybe you want to pause the video and just do them yourselves, not having to listen to me, and maybe fast forward it, why not? What I really want is that you are capable of doing it yourselves, kids. So the row of 3, the column of 4, the row of 3, the column of 4. 3, 5. Okay, 3, 6. 4, 2. 4, 3. 4, 4. This is quite long, right, guys? 4, 5. 4, 6. 6. So now this is the row of 5, column 1. Row 5, column 2. Row 5, column 3. Now the thing is, you had to write it with these brackets because it didn't tell you that the values were added together or they were going to be multiplied together. It just told you, and the results were shown, and as results, what it means is that their numbers were displayed and written in a table, as simple as that. So row 6, 1. We're in the last one. Good guess. Row 6, 2. Row 6, 3. Row 6, 4. Nearly there. Row 6, 5. Let me leave it. Let me do it again. Row 6, 6. Brilliant. Now, we created our probabilities. We filled in our probability space. Brilliant. Now it's telling me to find the probability. Let me put it a bit like this. Find the probability of getting the same number. So what do we mean of getting the same number? So which of these? So it means that when the dice were thrown, both of them were showing the same number. So both of them were showing the number 1, the number 2. So what does this mean? I want to see if I have some sort of highlighter. Yes, the opacity, I'm going to decrease it a little bit. I like this color. So here we've got 1. So whereas, so 1, 1, 2, 2, there's a pattern. 3, 3. I don't know. I'm trying to do it, but it doesn't want to. How strange. So I'm sorry about this, guys. Let me do this. Let me do, I would have wanted to do the same blue, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. As long as we can do it. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 6. And I'm just going to go over these so that you know that there's the same. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it doesn't want me, it's not asking me how many times did they come with the same number. No, it's asking me as a probability. So 6 all over how many? 6 all over all the possible outcomes. And I have a habit, I like using a color to know that all the possible outcomes are what's happening in here. And from 1 to 6 and 1 to 6, this row and this column, we ignore it. So this is 6 all over 36. And remember, when you've got a fraction, you can simplify. And how do I simplify over here? What number goes into both 6 and 36? And that is the 6 times table. So division by 6, division by 6. Find the probability of getting 2 prime numbers. So what is a prime number? And over here you have a little note regarding examples of prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. So they are numbers that only go into themselves or 1. So for example, if you've got the number 4, why isn't 4 a prime number? Because 4 goes into 4, 1 goes into 4, but also 2 goes into 4. So it cannot be a prime number. So getting 2 prime numbers. So if I have to use a different color, a different highlighter, let's use yellow. So 2 prime numbers. So let's look at the 2. So if it's telling me 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 1 is not a prime number. So we ignore this column. Let's look at the 2. So, 2, 2, they're both prime numbers. They're both prime numbers. 4 is not. 5 is. 6 is not. 3 is a prime number, but 1 isn't. So this is a prime number. This is a prime number. 4 isn't. 5, 3 is. 4 is not a prime number. Then we've got the 5. So 1, 5, no. 2, 5, yes. 3, 5, and 5, 5. So how many yellows do I have? 3, 6, 9. So over here, insert text. So what will we write? Probability. Okay. So I want to probability capitals. Okay. And inside the brackets, I'm going to write down 2 prime numbers. Equals. Now over here I can't really do the division, girls. So we said 9 all over, I'm going to do it this way, all right, please. All over 36. And voila, I have a calculator somewhere. So if, what number goes into both 9 and 36? Can we simplify it? And indeed we can. And if we simplify it by 9, okay, by 9, it will come equals 1 all over 4. Remember to do the all over for me, guys. And then find the probability of getting 2 square numbers. And examples of square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16. So how do I create square numbers? For me to create square numbers, I need to get a value and multiply it on itself. So if I get the value 1, 1 times 1 is 1. If I get the value 2, 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 is a prime number. 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 is a square number. Sorry guys, I meant to say, so 4 is a square number. So 1 times 1, 1. Mela 1 is a square number. 2 times 2, 4. So 4 is a square number. 3 times 3, 9. So 9 is a square number, because for me to create it, I need to multiply the same value on itself. So let's have a look at where my 2 square numbers are. We're going to highlight them, and we're going to use no, I can't use this, right? Let me use this. We'll use red or pink. Let's use pink, guys. Mela. Okay, let's put this away. So we need 2 square numbers. So 1, 1, square number. And 1, 4 is a square number. Okay, no. Okay. So I need 1, 4, and just 1 and 4 really. I can have 4 and 1 and 4 and 4. Because the 5 is not, 6 is not, 3 is not, and 2 is not a square number. So how many are you seeing? Pink, 4 of them. So let's again insert. So I have probability, 2 square numbers, 4 all over 36, and, 4 all over 36. And what number goes into all of them? What number goes into the 4 and the 36? And that is the number 4. So let's do 4 all over 36, and that is 1 all over 9. All right. So example number 2, I'm going to leave it out. I'm not going to do it, and you're going to try it out yourselves. So this is going to be a homework. All right. So example 2 is a homework. Even example 3, I'm going to leave it as a homework. Now, what I want to just put in is, what I want to mention is this. So here it's mentioning a spinner marked 1, 2, 3, 4 is spun twice. So here you've got spinner 1 and spinner 2 because I spun them twice. So they both have the same value. So spinner 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and spinner 2, the same. Now here it's telling us what to do with the results. And it's saying the results are multiplied together and the product is noted. And over here in the brown box up here, there is a small note of when you are thinking, what words are used when you have plus, minus, times, division, or possible combinations. So if the examiner uses the word addition, add, sum, plus, total, mela plus. If the examiner uses subtraction, subtract, difference, deduct, then you have to use minus. Even minus he can use minus skills. Over here, and so you can add it to your notes. Over here, if you have multiplication, multiply, product, then it's times. And if you have division or divide, then it's division. All right, guys. And so when you have the brackets, it's asking you for the possible combinations, or like we have it over here, possible outcomes. So if we have to look at this box, so let me use this. I'm going to keep pink, I really like it. So if I have to look at this particular box, how did I get the value 1? So for me to get the value 1, all right, I needed to do 1 times 1. For me to get the value 2, I needed to do 1 times 2. Let me put them together, times 2. So if I need to find the value over here, okay, let me make it a bit bigger. If I need to find the value over here, so I'm in the column 3, I'm in the row 3 because I'm going like this with my mouse, and the column 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So this, let me do it over here because I didn't do the big box. So this, the value is supposed to be 9. Okay, guys. So you can complete this and work this out over here and fill these in. And by filling these in, ABC, it's also a revision of what you've already done up here. So it's a pretty good revision, girls, of probability. Now, what I want to go over a little bit with you is, for example, you do not have it drawn for you and you just have to complete it. So if you look at example 4 and 5, and also one of the homeworks in your Formula 1 book, you have to literally construct it from scratch. So remember, guys, for you to construct it, it's very easy. And now this, you've already done it. It's very, very, very easy. So I think I'm going to do this. Even by me just not reading it and just reading the question and just seeing probability space, I definitely know I'm going to have a vertical line and a horizontal immediately, irrespective of what there is written in here. Now, in here, you've got a pupil has two fair, four-sided die. So what does this mean? You've got 2 dice. So you're going to have dice 1 and dice 2. So select, let's select over here. So this one, you're going to have dice 1, and over here, you're going to have dice 2. And what else? They are both labeled 1 to 4. So you're going to have the number 1 here, then 2, then 3. I'm not really spacing them properly, guys. Really sorry. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And then I have to do a little bit of, no, I have to draw. I'll do this. I'll make the width smaller so that you notice that it has nothing to do with these. So I'm gonna have 1, okay. Please make sure you use a ruler and you do it much neater than I am doing it. Remember, I am just using the functions of the computer. So literally my mouse and the keyboard, and trying to keep everything as neat as possible. So what's it telling us? So what should I do inside these boxes? So it's telling us they are thrown and the total score is calculated. So you have a total score. And when you have the word total, what do you need to do? You need to plus. So let me go back. Let me insert. So that means over here, I need to do the plus symbol. So if I have to do some working up here, this row, this column is 1, this row is 1, 1 plus 1. So this is 2. And up here, 1 plus 2. And so here it is 3. And you continue going and you fill it up. And if you notice, what do you think this is going to be? Even if you don't plus it. So if you notice it as a pattern, as a sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so these are things you should start getting used to, guys. You should start noticing a little bit more. All right, so and then you just fill it up. Okay, and if you notice here, this one, Lucy has a bag of chocolate buttons. The bag contained chocolates that were coated in 6 different colors and different fillings. So I have 2 events happening. We've got something to do with the colors and something to do with the filling. All right, and the filling I have, so these are my titles, colors and filling, like dice 1 and dice 2. And now colors, I've got white, green, orange, yellow, pink and blue. And these are the same things as I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm literally going to be writing over here, white, and then I continue going, green, and then so on. All right, try it out, girls. This should be something that you remember. So in a way, it's a little bit of a good practice that you try them out and you see how you get on, and then check the answers that we are uploading on the announcements. Please don't automatically just go, let me just see the answers, I'll work and at the same time I'm checking the answers. That doesn't help you. Literally wait until you finish, give yourself time to finish. There is no rush, you have plenty of time, and then as soon as you finish, check the answers, and only then should you check the answers. And we're giving you the answers on the same day to make sure that you don't have any questions that you need to ask us. And if you do have questions, you ask us immediately and we tackle it. And so that on the following day, we can just add on. All right. So that is the reason why we give you the homework. All right. Not to cheat, but to check yourselves and to guide you, to support you. And if you need more guidance, just send us an email. All right, guys. So that is it for today's lesson. I will write, so you have to complete all of these of the handout, and you also have Formula 1, page 187, numbers 1 and 2. All right, you have quite a bit of work today, girls, but tomorrow, believe me, it's much, much less. So this is the big bulk today, and Friday you have much less. All right, girls, take care, and hopefully see you very soon.